Hey YouTube, back here with you guys. Got a project going on. Right now I'm building a portable livestock guardian dog feeding station. And basically what you have in front of you is the frame for this. It's not completed yet, obviously, but I've got these two 4x6 10-foot treated runners, or skids rather, with chain tied on the front. And we're going to be able to hook onto this with a four-wheeler and drag it across the pasture. We do a lot of rotational grazing with our goat herd, and in order to do that, we have to move the dog feeder every time we move the goats. So right now I have a dog feeder set up with some welded wire panels and a crawl gate and everything, but I have to sink T-post and unwire and wire back up and load it on a little trailer and drive it to the next paddock. Well, with this, I should be able to just throw the chain over the ball in the four-wheeler and drive away. That's the idea. So in doing that, I've put this video together to show you kind of how I built it, and some of the things I did that may be a little different than what some people may have done on some similar type projects. The biggest difference on mine is these cross members here. Rather than screwing them into the top of the 4x6, I actually did some joinery work. I mortised out the 4x6 and made a little tenon on the cross member and laid it down in there in that mortise, so it's actually smooth across the top here. So the main reason I did that was for strength. It should add a lot of strength to these runners. As they drag along through the pasture, they're going to hit rocks, they're going to hit stumps and things like that, and they're going to be pushed and be pulled and twisted sometimes. And so just a simple board with some screws running through it, I don't think was going to be strong enough. So I took the time to chisel that out and make this work. I think the appropriate term for the joint that I used was a dovetail, and here in a little bit I'll pull you guys down off the stand and bring you in closer to look at some of this stuff. So the basis of the project's pretty simple. Like I say, the only little different thing I did was this dovetail joint to add some strength. Towards the front there, I've got a couple little extra bracing, because that's where the brunt of this is going to happen when it's being pulled through the pasture. You can see where I'll place that feeder on the very front two boards there. That's where it'll go. And then all this is going to be enclosed with 4x4 welded wire panels. It'll go on all four sides, and right about here, this welded wire panel, this will be my crawl gate, and it'll be up off the ground about 9.5 inches, enough for those dogs to get under it and crawl through and crawl out to get to that feeder. But those goats will be less minded to do that. I'll take you guys down off the stand here, get you in for some little closer looks, and then, like I say, got some footage of me putting some of this together, try to show you kind of how I went about it. And then later on in the video, I'm gonna finish out this project and put the welded wire panels up and show you the finished project. Okay, so here's maybe a little better view of the front end. You can see how I've got that chain. That's 8 foot of chain right there. I think it'll be long enough. Just have some. I think they're 3/8 inch eye bolts into the runners down there. And got that chain onto them. You can see here the joinery, this dovetail I've got. That's a 2x6 running across there. It's 4 foot. That's the other thing in the description on this video. I'll include the dimensions on all this material and quantity and whatnot. So if you guys want to try to build something like this yourselves, you can. But got some 3-inch screws screwed into there. Got a little mark right here. That's where that crawl through gate's going to go. There's about 32.5 inches from the back of this cross member to where that gate will be, and then another 32.5 from the gate to the front side of that cross member. So those dogs should have enough room to be able to get down and crawl underneath it and get in and out. So, all right, well, I think that's enough overview of this. Like I say, it's a simple thing. The only thing that makes it any kind of complex at all is the little joinery I did there to add some strength to it, and then of course the dimensions on it to get it right to where your dogs can get in and out and have enough room to eat and turn around and all that kind of stuff. And then of course having your gate the proper height off the ground so you don't have goats crawling in, but the dogs are still able to crawl in. So anyhow, looking forward to showing you the rest of this project. Really looking forward to using this thing. You know, the big thing about this portability of this sled is, you know, when we go to change pastures and move these goats and try to do some rotational grazing, the dog feeder is it's another piece of work. And taking it down and setting it back up is hard work, or it's extra work that we don't really need. I'll probably show you my dog feeder I've got working right now and kind of how it operates somewhere in this video. As far as effectiveness, it's great. It does a very good job for me, but like I say, the portability of it is a little bit laborsome. So anyhow, I'm going to sign off here for just a second, and we'll get back to you when we resume this project here in just a little bit. All right, YouTube, we're finished up with this project now. I've got the welded wire mounted onto the sled here. It's wired on in all four corners and then held down to the sled itself with some steeples that kind of like what you'd use on a fence to hold a wire onto a wood post. Remember, we've got this back gate here. It's set 10.5 inches off the ground. That's kind of the most important dimension in this whole setup. It's high enough those dogs can crawl under it and get in there, but low enough that goats or sheep, the way they'll crawl underneath it, it'll hit them right in the middle of the back when they go to stand up, and they don't like that, and they'll stay out for the most part. Dog feeder itself is lag bolted down onto those cross members, so it's solid. It's not going anywhere. I'm going to use this feeder for a little while and see how I like it, see if it works out the way I want it to. Be doing more videos in the future, and I'm sure this will come up in those videos with moving goats and being out in the pasture and whatnot. So I'll let you know intermittently how I like it, the good and the bad and the ugly of it, things I would change, etc. So hopefully this video has been useful for some folks out there, get some good ideas, make their operation faster, smoother, better, stronger, whatever. So be sure to put something in the comments below, what you learned, what you liked about it, maybe what you didn't. So looking forward to making some more videos and hope you guys like them. Talk to you soon.